What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have Philomena Cunk on America Part 1, and we're going to react to Part 2 in this video as well. I love some Philomena Cunk videos. I think she's absolutely hilarious. Diane Morgan, ridiculously hilarious. I'm very excited about jumping into this. Before we do, though, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Let's see what Philomena working with.
Ask a medieval peasant where America was and you'd get a blank look. Or worse still, the plague. Columbo thought that if he sailed off the edge
past the medieval American, how America looked, and you get a blank look. Or worse still, the plague. It's crazy.
He'd reappear on the other side like Pac-Man. At first, the European colonists found life in the New World hard. Luckily, some Native Americans taught them how to grow corn and where to fish. In exchange, the colonists introduced the Native Americans to smallpox. After arriving...
It's awful. It's legit terrible. Right? Europeans found it hard. They found it hard to live in America until the Native Americans came along, showed them how to plant crops, showed them it made life easy, and the Europeans in exchange came to introduce them to smallpox. It's tough.
Living in America to forge a life of honest hard work and toil, many of these colonists quickly discovered they couldn't be arsed. So they stole people from Africa and made them do it instead. What started...
They couldn't be arsed, so they stole people from Africa and made them do it instead. Philomena! Bro, I'm telling you, she's hilarious.
Tension between the British and the Americans. Was it because you say cookies and we say biscuits, and you say sidewalk and we say pavement? Because I find in a relationship it's those little things that start to grate after a while. So when the people in Boston got angry with the British, why did they just hold a prissy tea party instead of having a proper fight like British men would?
Would you voluntarily, when you didn't have to, go to jail?
It depends what facilities they had, I
think. Depends what facilities. Why didn't they just hold a proper fight like British men would? Would you voluntarily go to jail? It depends on the facilities. I might sign up.
The leaders of the 13 colonies decided that they didn't want to be called British anymore, but Americans. This straight white supergroup known as the Founding Fathers drafted the most famous breakup text in history, the Declaration of Independence. Had invented camouflage yet. The British troops of the time wore bright red coats and were consequently shot in their thousands while looking amazing. George Washington crossing the Delaware River. As you can see, he had to stand up for the whole journey because he hadn't reserved a seat. He didn't fall in, but he also didn't help with the rowing.
Oh my God, I freaking love this. I love this. Oh yeah, and I love this. We got to get to episode 2 immediately, or part 2. That is hilarious. Where is it? Okay. Bro, George didn't book his seat.
Eventually Washington won, becoming a...
George didn't book his seat. You book your seat, you get a seat. But if you don't, you got to stand up the whole
Washington
trip.
Won.
And my boy had to stand up. But my boy had to stand through it and go through the pain. But yeah, this her review in America. I don't think it gets any funnier.
Becoming America's first president, the single most revered role in the world until 2016. I read somewhere that America
the single most revered role until 2016
isn't just a country, but an idea. But it is just a country, isn't it? Having a sandwich, that's an idea. Painting your bicycle blue, that's an idea. Going, that's an idea. America is just a place.
I mean, that's a good point. You bring up a good point, Philomena.
They believed in something called manifest destiny, the belief that all the land belonged to them, and that God wanted them to go west and claim it back from the Native Americans he put there first by mistake. Manifesting your destiny.
God wanted them to claim it all for them. And he wanted them to go west and take it back from the Native Americans he had put there first by mistake. Oh my days.
It was dangerous. You had to trundle across a perilous landscape in a rickety wagon on the brink of starvation or shitting yourself to death with dysentery, getting bitten by snakes or butchered by Apaches. Almost as if God didn't want them to do this after all.
Bitten by snakes or butchered by Apaches. Almost as if God didn't want them to do this at all.
But Americans back then weren't the humble, unassuming people they still aren't today.
They still aren't today.
Where Edison didn't invent the light bulb. And even if you did imagine it, it would be too dark to see what was in it. So we had daylight during the day and we had candles at night.
Yes.
So we didn't need light bulbs. His life's work was meaningless. That must have been a real moment the first time someone realised a plane needed a toilet. That's more impressive than the Wright brothers. Use of firearms is an integral part of their national identity. How come Americans have the right to kill anyone they want with a gun?
Well, they don't. Murder is illegal in the United States, but they do have the right to own weapons.
They have the right to bear arms.
Correct.
But bears don't have arms.
They do, actually.
Oh, do they? Yes. I thought they were like...
But bears don't have arms. They do actually. Bears do actually have arms.
Well, I'm not a biologist, but I suppose that when they stand up, they're probably arms.
When they stand up,
with its cowboys and guns and steam train rides, America became known as the land of the free, which must have come as a surprise to all the slaves. But by finally thinking hard...
I'm sorry, I keep pausing it, bro. Bro, these one-liners are killing me. These one-liners, America was known as the land of the free, which was surprising to the slaves.
About the subject, the people of the northern states made a horrifying discovery. That inside each slave was an actual human person. Abraham Lincoln was shot in the theatre box, wasn't he? Where is that on the body?
Oh, I think...
And why was he shot? Was it because he wouldn't take his hat off? Because that's quite annoying in the theatre, isn't it, when someone's in front of you with a hat on?
Well, he was in the...
How did being shot in the head affect Lincoln's ability to lead?
Well, it ended it because he died about 12 hours after he was shot.
So he couldn't carry on?
He couldn't, no. Not as a corpse, unfortunately.
Lincoln's life
not as a corpse, unfortunately.
Why don't bicycles have toilets? You know, it would save you having to get off. I might write that down and copyright it. Even without a toilet, the Wright brothers' historic flight changed transportation forever in ways that still aren't fully understood. The Wright brothers did the first proper flight over 100 years ago. How come we're still not any closer to working out how aeroplanes actually work? That's your theory. Do you want to hear my theory?
Your theory.
Okay.
I think they run on belief. It's just because we believe planes can fly that they do. So the media has to keep up the pretense, or they're just going to start dropping out of the sky.
They run on belief is literally, it's belief. Because we believe planes can fly, they
Same
do.
with Wi-Fi. There's no way that's real. We just have to go along with this pantomime. The Civil War tore America apart, didn't it? Brother turned on brother. Did anyone get so conflicted they turned on them? But Abraham Lincoln's story didn't have a happy ending. 5 days after the North won, a terrible fate befell him. He was forced to go to the theatre to watch a play.
He was forced to go to the theatre.
He was put out of his misery by a kindly gunman, but cruelly, not until the third act.
I was put out of his misery by a kindly gunman, but cruelly not into the third act. Bro, she is ridiculously hilarious. I almost want to watch it again and again and again. But that's all we have. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up and check out the next one. I'll see y'all next time.